Welcome back to the art studio. It is now Tuesday. Monday I was just doing a bunch of office work, so I decided not to record. But now we're back in the studio, but it's a little late because I had to help a friend move earlier today. There's a couple of things I want to get done this week. The first thing is I want to finish up a set of glass puzzle pieces. For those of you that have been watching for a little while now, you'll know that we took 8 puzzle pieces, we put them into a kiln, and we melted all the glass together. So the first thing we're going to do today is take those out of the kiln, we're going to clean them up, and start working on those pieces. These are the result of the puzzle pieces that we casted a few weeks ago. The only problem that I found so far is that this piece here is too thin. We need to put more glass into the mold and refire this piece here. This one's getting kind of close to being too thin, but I measured it and it's within the range that I allow for, so this will be okay. Other than the red one, all these other pieces here are good to go, so we're ready to start shaping them. So the first thing we have to do is to get rid of all these thorns that are left on the glass. After that, we're gonna flip these over and then grind this face down here flat as well. Both the faces on the puzzle pieces are now completely flat. Tomorrow, we're gonna take all the puzzle pieces here and put them into the reciprolap. And while the pieces are in the reciprolap, we're gonna continue to work on the outlines project. I brought all the inside surfaces up to a 400 grit finish. At this point, we're gonna polish the inside edge of the glass as well as all the corners. The crescent is now completely polished. All the edges are good. The inside is polished as well. Everything looks nice. When we were originally removing this glass from the mold, we had to break it out with a hammer, and because of that, some little chips formed here and there. I did my best to smoothen them out so there's no sharp edges or anything. There's some creases in the back here because of the kiln cloth kind of pinched when the glass was melting down. But aside from that though, everything is polished and good to go. Now we're gonna take this arch here over to the flat lap once again, and we're gonna flatten the bottom real quick. This will give the arch a flat area to sit on so we can glue it to the base. Once that's done, we can then take this here and attach it to the bottom of the arch. We're gonna have to reshape the edge a little bit on the flat lap as well. That way it sits a little cleaner on the arch. We want this to be a little shallower. That way it'll sit flush with this edge here. At long last, all 3 components are now complete. I was originally planning on polishing this inside part here, but because the arch has the same sort of texture to it, I decided to keep that in order to match this. All we have left to do is to glue together each of these components. After that, we'll have our finished piece. So this here is the glue that I'm gonna be using. This stuff cures under UV light, so it sets very quick. It's also really strong, so it's great for pieces like this. this thing all glued up. I'm gonna let the UV light cure the glue for about another 30 minutes. Once it's completely cured, we're gonna clean this whole thing, we'll sign it, and then we can call this done. I'm really happy with the result of this whole piece here. I think the base matches the whole piece pretty well, even though this wasn't even intended for the original project, but it just worked out. I'll probably do more of them similar to this here because I really like that crescent look and I like how it kind of has that sort of balanced or off balance look to it. I really like this effect here, how you can get the bubbles to move left and right. At this point, I just gotta get this sent off to a gallery that wants to display it. Alrighty, it's now Thursday. The puzzle pieces that were in the reciprolap are all done. You can see the surfaces are nice and flat. I'm now gonna put these 3 into the reciprolap and let them run for a little while. Then once those pieces are being flattened in the reciprolap, we can come back to these pieces here and try to finish them up. We've made some good progress on the puzzle pieces today. Still some parts on this piece need to be done. This one pretty much hasn't even been touched. And this one here just needs this interior angle beveled as well. Once all the pieces have been beveled, we can then polish the front face. After that, we'll sandblast the back of all the pieces to give it a nice matte finish. And then we'll finish by attaching hardware onto the back of each piece. That way it can be mounted to the wall or onto a stand. But it is getting late, so I'm gonna shut everything down and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All the pieces are now polished, sandblasted, and the mounts have been attached. Usually at this point, since it's Friday night, I'd end the vlog here, but this time I'm going to extend the vlog for one more day. That way we have some time to finish up the rest of the puzzle pieces. It is getting late though, so I'm going to wrap everything up here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. We have removed all the excess glue around the hardware. We then applied a sealer to all the sandblasted surfaces. That way it'll have a nice finish and it doesn't leave any fingerprints. And at this point, all we have left to do is to clean these pieces up and then take some pictures. I I'm really happy with the way those puzzle pieces turned out, but of course let me know what you guys think in the comments. Now it is that point in the vlog where we have to wrap everything up, so if you guys enjoyed the video, then be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content, and as always, thanks for your time.